What up, though? What's the word?
AD, what's up, big bro?
Chilling, chilling. What do you disagree with?
So I just hit you up. I want to speak on the profiling, right? You an advocate of
Okay,
profiling, right?
I am.
Okay, so explain the Central Park Five to me.
You tell me. What about him?
I, no, I'm saying like I mean, if we advocating for profiling, that's a case of profiling gone wrong, right?
Absolutely. I think that you all and everything that you do, you're gonna have a margin of error. There's nobody that gets it 100% right 100% of the time. Not the greatest investor, not Warren Buffett himself, not Steve Jobs, not the federal prosecutor, not your favorite president. Nobody. There's always going to be a margin of error. And then in that situation, you try to adjust for it, you address it accordingly, and you deal with it as it relates to that specific situation. But the overwhelming majority, I don't solve for a problem looking at the minority. I solve for it looking at the majority. And the majority of these situations could be solved for if we profile.
Okay, I can understand where you're going with it, but I mean, are we advocating for life to be taken away just for? I mean,
The ones
you're a
that's under
majority,
duress is the citizens. The ones that's under duress ain't the criminals. The
but
people
these
that's
people
losing
who
the
like,
people that's losing their lives is the innocent people. It's the people that got their homes getting ran up in. It's the people that's getting robbed. It's the people that's getting carjacked. How come we don't have any sympathy for the ones that's suffering, but we have more sympathy for the ones that's getting profiled? I'd rather
so
profile you and be wrong than not profile you and be fucking wrong on the other side, in which you can come out here and take my life. Because I got a daughter.
okay, so the innocent young men that lose life due to
Who?
this profiling is just
Who?
fuck
Who
them.
lost their life due to profiling?
Okay, so let's talk about Khalif Browder.
I don't know who that is.
Khalif Browder, another young kid from New York City,
Mm-hmm.
falsely profiled, went to jail. I want to say spent some years in jail and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Came out to be not true, that he didn't do whatever they said he
Mm-hmm.
did. Got out because of those circumstances that he went through in that jail system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever been in there. I don't know if you've ever been in there,
No,
but
I'm not.
due to
I'm
the
not a. I'm not a jail guy. I'm not a jail guy.
right, okay, so due to the circumstances that he went through, you know what I mean, the harsh in that harsh environment, it caused him to take his own life.
Well, we gotta account for that. That's
I mean,
another
how
one.
do
That's
we? That's a
another one.
life gone.
That's the margin of error that we got to deal with. Let me ask you a question. What about when I
Yeah.
get profiled? When I walk outside of the door, and I know who it is that's gonna come at me and rob me, but then I'm supposed to give them that margin of error as far as making sure that I acknowledge their blackness or the fact that they're a human being. Am I supposed to profile them, or am I supposed to just go about my way? Because
Hold on, you mean
I guarantee you profile when you go out to the streets every day.
you say I profile when I go out in the streets? What you mean by that?
Absolutely. That
What you
means
mean by
that
that?
when you go outside and you sense an imminent amount of danger, you situationally aware. If anybody that was raised in a hood or anybody has ever been raised in an environment where you know who the thugs are, you are profiling based off of your life experiences. When you see somebody walk down the street and they don't look right and they start to look a certain type of way, I bet you make adjustments.
Okay, yeah, okay, I get
That's
that. So,
profiling.
so, but this the thing, right? If we're
Hold on, wait,
saying
wait, wait, wait.
that,
That's
but hold on,
profiling.
hold on. But we don't have the ability, right, to place someone in jail because of profiling. We can't take life away
Oh,
from
we
people
not
for
gonna place you
profiling.
in jail based off of profiling. We gonna check out to make sure that you 100% good though.
But for me, I'm just advocating for
Who
instead of
who who
advocating for
said who said
profiling from
anything
that.
about sending people to jail for profiling?
No. This is what I'm saying. If we're advocating for the police to be able to profile,
Uh
then we're
huh.
advocating for them to send innocent people to jail, right? You just
How would
said
you go to jail if you wasn't doing nothing that was criminal activity? If your
we just
license
brought up
is
the
good,
situation.
if your license is good, if your registration is straight, if you ain't got no guns in the car, no illegal substances, if you're not driving under the influence, why would you go to jail?
But hold on, Anton. We just brought up a situation. Central Park Five. Guy went
Right.
to
That
jail
no,
just for being
I
profiled.
acknowledge that that's the minority. That's the anomaly. I'm talking about people that ultimately is in an environment doing something that they're not supposed to do, possibly plotting on somebody. Do you wait for an innocent person to suffer as a result of it, or do you profile in order to try to prevent it from happening?
Okay, I understand where you're going with it, Anton. But what I'm saying is, with that system, the criminal justice system, right? We got to make sure that they are getting the
You don't
justice
get to
part
jail unless you're doing something illegal. For the
right. If
overwhelming
we're saying,
majority of people, they don't go to jail for something that they're not doing illegal.
okay, I get it. You can say the majority, right? But for that minority that could have been, we don't know what they could have been. That could have been your future leader, your future
What
president,
about the
right?
minority of people that didn't get their head knocked over because they didn't profile? Cause see but see here's the thing: the people that get their head knocked over, they don't get an opportunity to be able to cam up and tell their story, right? They already dead because the only people that can tell their story is the ones that was wrong on the other side, but the ones that was the victims, they don't get an opportunity to talk. Who's gonna stand up for the people that's getting fucking robbed at over in California? Who gonna stand up for the outright criminal activity that's being perpetuated against business owners over there and homeowners and people that's getting they cribs robbed in, and the nigga that get his brains blew out when he got carjacked? Who advocating for him? Because he didn't profile.
Okay, but in the same instance, who's going to advocate for that person that's sitting behind those bars during that time that also can't get that same light shed on his situation, right?
Oh,
He's sitting back there going
we
life.
advocate for them already. I advocate for dudes that's unjustly jailed on a regular basis. What I don't do though is act like I'm operating with my eyes wide shut and I don't see this bullshit that's happening in society. Most of these motherfuckers that's getting profiled need to get profiled. That's the truth.
But this the thing, Anton, right?
If you ain't got nothing to worry about, you ain't got to worry about it. If you ain't riding around dirty and illegal and some doing something you ain't supposed to do, you ain't got to worry about it.
But we just said that there is a minority who they're not riding around dirty and illegal. They were just illegally profiled.
Well, we can solve for the minority when we solve for the majority. When we get the illegal activity and the criminal element out, then we can start solving for the minority. In every situation, you always solve for the majority, not the minority.
Okay, but in that case, though, Anton, we still got to get the justice system right. Right? Ain't that what you're saying? We still got to make sure the justice system is operating correctly.
You can work on more than one thing at a time.
Okay, but okay, so all I'm saying, bro, is that we gotta I believe that we gotta make sure that the future remembers the past so that it doesn't happen to them again. Right? The future has to remember the past so that it doesn't happen to them again. So if we're talking about the profiling, right? In the past, we have situations that we know where people were profiled wrongly and they lost life because of it, right? Mm-hmm. So in order for it to not happen again,
you use one example, but I got you.
I used two. I gave you two.
Okay, you used two. Well, I didn't know the one. I didn't know the one. I'm just taking your word for it.
Look. Khalif Browder is national news. You can look it up. It's national.
But I'm not intimately familiar with it. But okay, so let's say two. You gave me two examples. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But I just gave you some examples just so we ain't operating on what I mean, just nothingness. What I mean? But it's plenty. It's plenty more. We know it's plenty more, right? It's plenty more. Okay. But I'm just saying
I think that more people that should profile so that they can prevent the crime from happening than
look. I just believe in America, right?
I believe that you got to do the thing that's in your best interest, and that is what makes up the fabric of America. I think that we need to start profiling. I think that we need to be careful with who it is that we let in our inner circle. When you see a nigga that look like a thug walking down the street, you make sure that you move accordingly.
Of course. That's awareness, right? We preach awareness all day. We know to preach awareness all day. Okay,
awareness is profiling.
All I'm saying is, right, is that we cannot excuse and pass over that criminal justice system that is not operating correctly. We got to make sure.
I think that you should work on that. I'm gonna work on finding out. I'm gonna work on finding where the profiling and finding where the criminals are. I gotta find them. You work on getting them out unjustly. I'm gonna work on locking them up expeditiously.
I feel you, my brother. It was good talking to you. Hey, and we're gonna have to have some more talks in the future, right? We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk about all the Chicago business you be on, man. Because
you from Chicago? I knew it.
Yeah, I knew
Chicago, it. Bro. I knew you was from Chicago. That's why you don't want us to profile y'all.
Oh, come on, man.
I knew you was from Chicago.
But yeah, we're gonna talk. We'll talk more in the future. I don't want to hold the line up, but it's good talking to you, brother. I watch the show sometimes and things like that, and you preach some good, but on the other end, you can get drastic and go off the ledge on the other end, though.
You know what though? I feel it. That's why I'm cool with people giving their opinion or having a difference of opinion or trying, hold me accountable and all of that, because I don't think that I'm right 100% of the time. I think I'm right most of the time. But I don't expect for anybody, not one person that's in this chat, to agree with me 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? But I
Right.
think the thing
Yeah.
that makes it dope is the fact that we can have conversations, we can have disagreements. And then we can also agree to disagree, right? If the majority of the stuff that we rock with each other, then I think that that's the dope part. But I don't agree with 100% with what my mother say. I don't agree with 100% with what my daughter say, my wife, and none of that. So, yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm cool with you saying, yo, Anton, I ain't rocking with you on this and all of that. I think that that's dope.
Yep. Yep. Hey, it was good talking to you, brother.
Hey,
And
man, stay
hey,
out
I
of
think
Chicago, man. Get on out of there, bro.
hey, Chicago's a good city. Don't believe Anton, man.
Where?
It is a good city, man. Hey,
Where?
y'all come to Chicago, man. It is a good city. We are preaching peace. We are preaching peace and love in Chicago. You hear me?
All right, I'll holler at you, bro.
All right, brother.